Hello friends, it's Molly with Soul School Spiritual Guidance and Healing. I hope you guys are well today. Welcome to my new place. I got all moved in. This is my beautiful fairy garden. It's not mine. I'm renting a room in this house, and this is just part of the amazing garden that surrounds it. And a big part of why I decided to kind of settle in here for a little while. So welcome, you guys. I hope that everybody is doing well. I'm going to be super honest with you guys. I woke up this morning feeling like snot on a rock. I did not want to anything today except for lay around in bed, right? And so I just decided, let's go ahead and scrap any real plans that we had for the day and just do what makes me feel good. Okay, just make it a good day. And so that's what we're doing together here now. Thank you guys for being here with me. Happy Imbolc. Happy Chinese New Year. Happy 2/2/22 portal. I was just, kind of chilling with Freddie in the garden, sipping my coffee this morning. And I thought, I just saw 111. I thought this would just be a really good day to kind of open up to the collective consciousness. It's something I haven't been doing in a while. Simply because it's been a lot, you guys. I've had to keep myself in balance and just kind of make it through my own personal, the steps that I have in front of me right now on my spiritual and mundane journey through life, right? And so the reason why I felt like today would be a good day is because I feel so super supported, not just me, but I feel like all of us, the entire collective, is just really, really supported by the spirit world right now, okay? There's definitely a tremendous, it is a portal day, but I also feel on a bigger picture, I don't know what exactly is going on. I've fallen out of following astrology, but there's some sort of thinning of the veil that's going on right now. And there's nothing but really beautiful positivity, waiting on the other side of the veil for us to just reach out and ask for its assistance, okay? So I kind of feel what are you? Okay, Otter. Oh, okay. Otter is great to show up. This, by the way, is the Magical Menagerie deck. I kind of thought I would go through all of my signs, zodiac signs. I haven't done that in a while. So let's do that today. I just want to pull one card for each of you from the Magical Menagerie deck. But this otter came out just to remind me to have fun with it, okay? The otter is a very, very playful spirit. I have really been here in the water a lot, just kind of in the psyche, and not just shadow working, but exploring and connecting with guides and clarifying. I had a quantum hypnosis session less than a week ago. It was actually the day before I moved in here, and I moved in here, I want to say last Friday. Okay, so it's been less than a week since I had this, and I actually went back to a past life that I had been to before, but there were just so many layers of lessons to be taken from it that I hadn't really taken them all. Right? So one of the things that was really cool about one of the past lives that I was in, I'll have to get into it deeper with you guys sometimes, but basically it was not on Earth, okay? I was definitely a member of a Syrian civilization, and basically we were being trained to be able to just kind of play with energy, and it just a reminder of how fun it was, right? To be able to astral travel with friends and just radiate love towards one another in order to express affection, and using you guys, I'm going to get into it in a completely different video, okay? But basically in this lifetime, I was very adept at channeling and using energy, right? And it was just fun to do. Okay. And so I think that really the message that's trying to come through for a lot of us is we've been through some heavy lifting, energetically speaking, have we not? Right? I feel like this thinning of the veil, because I feel a very strong, like, fae energy wanting to come through at this time, okay? And I feel like it's an invitation to play, to experiment, to see what can be done, what brings us joy, all right? And using our ability to work with energy, and not even just like, you don't have to be like an energy healer or a Reiki specialist or something like that in order to benefit from this energy. Just the ability to maintain your desired vibrational frequency on a day like today, when I woke up feeling like snot on a rock. And I was just like, okay, this is what we're doing today. We're just going to be a slug and lay around in bed and just kind of like feel sorry for ourselves. And then this little voice in the back of my head was like, girl, we are not going to do that today. We're better than that. We know better than that. We know how to do better than that. So let's do better. Okay. So I fed my body. I made it fun, okay? I just made it fun. Just making my breakfast this morning made it fun. Everything else I want to do with myself today, just making it fun, okay? All right? Look at my eye makeup, you guys. I made it fun. I got these awesome new flip-flops, and for some reason, the color's just so fun, okay? Seahorse earrings. Come on, you guys. Just have fun with it, whatever you're doing today. Like me getting myself dressed, I was channeling the otter spirit. And I think that that is just something that Spirit's coming through. Oh, okay, this is really good. Spirit's coming through, first of all, to say, hey, collective, let's all look at where we've come from. Because what this starfish represents to me is regeneration, right? Like it can lose a limb and completely grow it back. And a lot of you guys have been going through that metaphorically. You have lost or had taken from you or vibrated away from certain things that at one point in time were like such a foundational part of who you are. It's like losing a limb, okay? And then having to grow back a new one. You guys have done this with careers. You've done with homes. You've done this with relationships. You've done with your belief systems. Be proud of yourselves, okay? And take some time to play. Because a lot of us have just been spending a lot of time in the water, in the psyche, right? And the otter is just a very, very playful, childlike energy. Don't forget, for a lot of us, I'm going to be real with you. This is the message that's coming through. It's true for me, and I feel like there's a lot of you that can resonate with this. For a lot of us, the thing that has been our motivation and that has pushed us forward on our journey of self-healing is the need to reconcile and be there for the inner child. And you guys have done some really good reparenting. So now let yourself be the child again, okay? And especially when it comes to connecting with energies, other energies. Freddie's here. Do you want to say hi, Freddie? Oh, he's under the table now. Say hi. Meow. He's so happy in this place, you guys. I bet you can imagine. There's like birds, and there's actually this little stone thing you see is the edge of a koi pond. There are bats at night. He just has a great time, and so do I. Okay? It's fun to be here. It's playful, right? It feels like a freaking fairy garden. And actually on the side of the house, there's this little secret garden. It's just fun, okay? Let your imagination play, okay? Let your imagination take whatever it is in front of you. Just like put down the regeneration process for a minute and have fun, okay? Have fun. I love that energy. So there you go, collective. I love that invitation to have fun. Just have fun with it. A lot of you guys are beginning to step into like new abilities and you know, gifts and skills like clairvoyance, claircognizance, the ability to move energy, some sort of telekinesis type stuff, right? Some of you guys are learning how to visualize. Okay, this is something that my guides have been doing for me, and I'll bring it back to the channel again later when I can focus on it. They've been showing me different structures that I can build with just in my imagination, in a visualization process, different energetic structures that I can build around myself in order to complete certain tasks. Like there's ones for protection, and there's ones for like if you want to do like spell work and astral travel. And I feel like some of you guys are getting downloads like that, and you're like, what do I do with this? Okay. Or you're stumbling into maybe manifestation or spell work or channeling. And your question is, what do I do with this? The answer is have fun with it. Have fun with it. Experiment. Play. Okay? Okay? Let it spark joy within you. All right, you guys. We're at 10:45. We're going to do Aries. Let's go ahead and see what kind of message. Okay, here's the two sides of the sword that wants to come through for you guys. All right? It's a double-edged thing. My question is, what energy is available for you to draw from during this thinness of the veil? But that comes with, that's one edge of the sword, right? The reminder that all of those things already exist within you. So it's not only how can you connect to spirit at this time, but also what is within you that you can embody or, I don't know, maybe even play around with a little bit, okay? Okay, I've really been getting into this idea of the archetypal mind and allowing yourself allowing yourself to imagine yourself as multiple different characters. You have different archetypes within you, and you act them out differently at different times. So let's see what kind of archetype wants to come through for Aries. And you guys, I don't usually put dates on my reading, but this thinness of the veil that I'm talking about, I feel like it's going to be pretty good through most of March. All right, thank you, Spirit. Let's channel for Aries. What message do we have for Aries at this time? Why do I feel just like a sudden block? Like Spirit is coming in, talking, we're just rambling. We're way past 10:45 now. Okay, let's come back to Aries. Where should we start? Let's go ahead and start with Aquarius, since that's where we're at right now. Okay, so we're jumping around. Sorry, Aries. I have a long-standing block with channeling for Aries, so we'll just go ahead and put you guys later in the flow. So for Aquarius, Spirit, what kind of energy or message wants to come through for Aquarius? What part of themselves can they draw upon at this time? I'm just going to have to cut it. Okay. Ooh, you know what? This was at the bottom of the deck when I started shuffling. Look, you guys got the Raven. Okay, now I know that Raven has a lot to do with dreams, okay? They are messengers from Spirit. I feel that you guys should really be paying attention to your dreams right now. I'm going to go ahead and go to the book and see what else we have here. Okay, they also want me to talk about memory. Okay, because crows have really, really, really good memories. Like if you feed a crow once, it's going to remember your face and tell all your friends. Be like, that's the dude. Okay, prophecy, influence, synchronicity. Okay, yeah, the keyword associated with Raven is prophecy. Also, very connected with the eloquence and with speaking different languages. Thus, persuasion and communication. Raven is a bird that flies straight out of the other world with important messages that are often connected with change. Okay. Also indicates this is beautiful. Strange occurrences, synchronicity, sudden insight, and clarity. Okay. Another gift of Raven is healing energy, which often shows the influence of the ancestral realm. I'm going to be honest with you guys about the big picture that's coming through with this. All right. You guys, okay, This is the energy that they're giving me for Aquarius right now. You are the raven, okay? And you go forth and you just share ideas. For you, that's just kind of fun, right? To engage that higher order thinking and get out there in the world and discuss your ideas with people, right? And you don't realize that you're bringing healing to them at that time. Okay. And you don't even realize that a lot of these ideas that you're like, whoa, this is just a curiosity that I have. I'm going to go just discuss it with other people. That's coming to you in the form that's like downloads. It's like messages from spirit. Like if you have a goal, you have something that you're trying to manifest in life, your spirit guides can't just like leave that on your doorstep. What they're going to do is they're going to set up synchronicity signs, like crossing paths of people who can engage in those conversations with you in order to trigger the type of thinking or the type of searching that's going to get you. It's going to lead you exactly where it is that you want to be. The key is stop focusing on where you want to be and just pay attention to where the universe is pointing you. And I feel like with you guys, it's really, there's a lot of significance around the conversations that you're having with other people about belief systems. Okay? Like maybe you read something and you want to bring it to a group of people and be like, hey, what do you guys think about this? Okay? And I am talking about things that some people might have called conspiracy theories in the past, that you might have even called conspiracy theories in the past. But I feel like there's something coming to you in your dream that's like, hey, you should look up Area 51, or something like that, okay? So that's a really, really, really cool message. But strange occurrences, synchronicity, sudden insight, and clarity. That's definitely going to be coming to you guys. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, like I said before, it's going to be coming through the conversations that you're having with other people, just out of curiosity and playfulness, okay? Because I tell you what, Aquarius is another fixed sign just like Taurus. I'm a Taurus, okay? It's my sun sign. When we... how do I say this? We often, and I also have a Gemini moon, we have fun in the debate of things, in the debate of ideas, okay? Tauruses generally are holding on to the idea in the back of their mind that they are right, and I think Aquariuses usually are as well, but it's just fun for them to engage in debates to the point that they can seem confrontational when they're not. They're just trying to engage that higher order thinking that comes so naturally to them, okay? So there's a really cool energy that came through for my Aquarius collective. Let's talk to Pisces. Salmon. Look at you fishies. Look at you fishies. Now, listen, I know the salmon it's going to talk about, okay, in Celtic lore, there's like these salmon that are allowed to swim in this pond, this like special pond that gives them access to some sort of sacred knowing. Wisdom, inspiration, eloquence. This is the second time eloquence has come up, okay? Pisces, you guys are stepping into some really, really deep knowing that's coming to you in the form of your intuition and very much probably your dreams, all the very Piscean elements. In Celtic myth, salmon is the oldest of all animals and is consequently associated with great wisdom. They inhabit the depths of the enchanted pool where they live on the fruit of the tree of wisdom itself. Pisces. Ooh, yes. The Celts reverenced water, particularly because lakes and ponds were regarded as entry points to the other world. You guys, I realized I never posted to you my visit to the Mayan site. When I was there, I found a sacred well, and I talked about the message that I've been getting from my guides that these sacred wells sort of served as portals to be able to connect with shamans and other ancient cultures. And that I very strongly believe that the Mayans and the Celts were shamaning through the portals with one another at the time. Astral travel with friends. You guys, it's so amazing. Anyways, Salmon also, listen to this. Okay, inspiration, poetry, occult knowledge, recall of ancient traditions, and oral culture. Salmon refers to divination and divine utterance. Such deep wisdom confers knowledge of the past, present, future, and of past or parallel lives. Salmon represents personal quest and insight, openness to new experience and ideas. Something is going to come to you, like I said, through your intuition, but I think even more than that, I feel like you diving deeper into the depths of your psyche, of the dream state, is going to bring you information about your past. Okay? That's a very, 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 very strong sense that I get from my Pisces. And not just information about your past, but once you kind of take in that information, you're going to understand certain gifts that were available to you in the past. And here is one of like my favorite new mantras. I just repeat, I remember my gifts from past lives. I remember. Just convince yourself of that and it'll come back because your subconscious knows. Okay. For some of you guys, it's healing abilities. For some of you, it's psychic abilities. For some of you, it is some sort of information about your life path, your life journey, your purpose, just a way in which you can serve others. They're showing me this like reciprocal system of like, I'm always saying you can't fill up other people's cups unless you fill up your own. But it's like you find a way to help people that's what fills up your cup. Okay. And for some of you, it's just about creating healthy boundaries and making sure that you're only pouring out to those who provide you with the types of relationships that do fill up your cup. Okay. Wow, Pisces, you got the fish. I love that. I love that. Okay, let me have a little sip and then we will go. Okay, we're going to do our best. Let's see if we can connect with Aries this time. Okay. Thank you, divine spirits of love and light. Okay. The cow. That's funny because you would think that would. This is very Taurian energy, right? But the cow is also, because it is the magical menagerie, draws upon a number of different traditions, but it really does focus on Celtic tradition. These were cash money, okay? These were inherited wealth. That's what these represented. Okay, security, abundance. That's what cows were to the ancient Irish people. Look up the cattle. Is it the cattle raid of Cooley? There are so many Irish myths and legends about wars that were fought over the possession of cattle. Okay, but also they have a very sacred significance as well. The cow, 93. Wealth, possessions, money. Okay, chasing that bag. The number of cows possessed used to indicate the wealth of a family, and in many parts of the world, this is still the case. Listen, Aries, you guys, it's coming through right now already. Some of you guys have a whole bunch of cows, but you're looking around at them from today's mindset, and you're like, what am I supposed to do with all these cows? But if you looked through a different set of eyes, you would say, oh my gosh, look at how rich I am with cows. Okay? So the cows are a metaphor of some sort of abundance that is present in your life, and you're not seeing it quite as such just yet. Okay? Ooh, cow refers to generosity and security, hospitality, and the spirit of welcome. Some of you guys, it's like this illusion that is surrounding you that you don't have enough. And because of that, you're not being very, like a part of abundance is not just receiving, but like receiving so much that you have some to give, right? And sometimes, like I've been in places where I feel like I was right on the precipice of manifesting abundance, but then spirit would bring me something to mirror to me the fact that I wasn't being very open and generous in giving. And when we withdraw that, right? Our openness and generosity and giving to others, it typically is coming from a scarcity mentality. Okay, look around. There is abundance around you that you're not seeing as abundance. Okay, they also want me to mention to you Dagda, the Dagda, and Dagdamor, which is a member of the Tuatha De Danann. That's ancient Irish supernatural beings, the gods, if you will. And he had a cauldron that was seen as always full. Like, this cauldron could not be emptied. There was always some there for whoever came to ask. Like, he was like, you know what I mean? Like that like a father figure who always has exactly what you need, the resources that you need in any situation. Okay. And so part of what I have done in my journey to overcome poverty and scarcity mindset, because I grew up poor, raised a child on my own for 18 years, was I began to develop a relationship with the Dagda. And I started keeping a cauldron in my house that sort of represented that if I always remain open to giving what I have, then that's what keeps me open to receiving. Okay? So this is very much about abundance, but there's also like a shift in perspective that's needed. All right? So maybe some sort of mantra like, I appreciate all that I have. I appreciate all that I have. Because you might not see what's there to be appreciated, but it will reveal itself to you. Okay, my loves? All right, Aries? Maybe that's why you didn't want to come through, because it's I don't feel like it's a message you want to hear. But when you're on the other side of it, it's going to make perfect sense. Okay? All right, let's move on to my bold gang. What is up, Tauruses? Fellow Tauruses? We gotta knock this. I was just watching Corey from Founders of Light the other day, and I like how he uses light language to clear his decks, because I channel light language a lot, but I don't know why. I'm nervous to do it on camera, but I really do like, because I have hand movements that I use to clear my decks and to move energy and things like that. And so now I guess I'm getting inspired. Thanks, Corey, for being a good model. Taurus, look what's coming through for you. Where'd she go? This is the card. You've got the magic touch. You have all the potential. It's like sitting at the end of your fingertips. What are you going to do with it, Taurus? Oh my gosh. This is the quintessence. The quintessence is one of the few cards that does not represent a creature of some sort, okay? And it's actually the first. To me, it just represents, I think, potential energy. Where is this? The art of I don't need to learn about the art of divination. I know. Harmony and balance. Look at this. Quintessence means fifth element. You know what just came in? You can't even do a very good impression. Who's the really adorable alien girl from Fifth Element? Because what is the fifth element? I don't spoiler alert. Pause. Go watch the Fifth Element. Come back. Are you done? All right. The fifth element is love. There is some sort of love that has grown in you that has not been expressed or applied. But once it does, they're showing me an arrow, like when somebody's pulled back an arrow, all of that tension. And when that arrow is released. Let me see what this is. Fifth element. This refers to the ether or spiritual substrate from which the four elements and indeed all things arise. You guys, this is the as above to the so below. You guys have found the chord, the note, the vibratory frequency that you need in order to call whatever it is that you're trying to manifest into your reality right now. It's sitting out there, like in Abraham Hicks language, it's in the vortex. It's right there. It already exists, okay? They are showing me like ground yourself, okay? Get grounded to the earth, because a part of what you're doing is you're grounding your intentions into the earth, okay? Where real things can begin to happen. It can begin to show up and manifest. That's what manifest means. Take something that exists in an energetic state and bring it into your physical reality. Y'all, I'm so excited for us, okay? As such, this represents perfect balance and the direct apperception of the ultimate truth behind appearances. This is the mystical union in which all division is seen as illusory and all striving becomes unnecessary. This is a highly significant omen, my Tauruses. It may indicate a need to stop and contemplate the inner truth. Yes, yes, yes. To look beyond the manifest world to something higher. If something's not working out for you here in the mundane world, look at what's going on energetically, okay? Transmute it, babes. Transmute it and shift it. And that's how this physical reality becomes to represent what it is that you're really trying to draw in. Oh my gosh, you guys, I'm excited. But there's also a lot of wisdom, okay? Because they're showing me that this looks like a pearl in the middle, okay? You know what you're doing, okay? You know what you're doing. And you're like, oh, but it didn't work in the past. But did you learn from it? Yeah. You know what you're doing. You know what you guys are doing. I love it. I love it. Okay. So Gemini's up next, okay? Let me go a little sip of water. Thank you guys so much for being here, by the way. If you are interested in a personal reading, or I've decided to rename them Ascension Mentorship Sessions. Meaning, like, yeah, I like spiritual coaching and all that stuff, but basically, I just know what the frick it's like out here on these streets, these spiritual streets, right? And if you need somebody to kind of share some resources with you, some tools, some practices, some insights, hit me up for that. If you want channeled messages from tarot and oracle cards, that is a different service. But check it all out, okay? The link is in the description box below to soulschoolspiritual.com. And here we've got a card coming out for my Geminis. Lip. Oh, is it who I think it is? It's not. I thought it was the satyr. I thought we were going to get called out for being mischievous. But it's not. It's the dog. Now, there's another really great Irish myth about the dog. The Count of Cuchulainn. All right? And I might get some of the names and everything mixed up. Okay. Guys, I'm just trying to sort through the story and figure out what the message is. Okay, I'm going to just talk this story and see what comes up. All right, so basically there's this young kid, and he's like, I want to be a warrior. And they're like, okay, young kid, whatever. And I think he goes ahead and they make him a warrior at a very, very young age. And basically, like, he goes with his, like, clan, his tribe, his people, and visit this, like, really, really important... The guy's name is Cuchulainn, I guess, right? It's a really important guy. It's really important, like Lord, okay? And back then, Lord was not just something that was handed to you at birth. You had to earn that from your people, okay? So it was a very well-trusted, well-respected gentleman. And everybody had these giant dogs. And this guy had, like, the biggest dog, okay? And so this young kid is just, like, wrestling around with the dog and accidentally kills the dog. And the dude's like, whoa, hey, that was literally, he was guarding my house for me. And the kid is like, you know what, let me fill that mission for you. Okay, let me take the place of that, and I will be your guard person. And that's a mentorship, okay? That's a very important mentorship. This is very much about loyalty and service. Okay? I feel like I need a second. Well, I haven't looked at the book yet, but I already feel like a second one wants to come out. And it's the gnome. The gnome, which is indicating a need for grounding. Okay. All right. Pardon me, little back position. All right, Gemini, what do we have with this dog? But for some of you guys, it's also about getting a second chance to prove who you are. That's coming through. This is about devotion, protection, and guidance. Okay. Yeah. The Hound of Culane. Yeah, they are valued for devotion, friendship, and allegiance to the tribe because of their warning and protective functions. As well as guardians, they would have become valued as hunting companions. Being pack animals, social relationships, and rules are great importance to them. Now listen to what's coming through for me now, okay? There, and it's actually, I did a TikTok where I kind of duetted this video where this guy talks about how we there are certain scenarios that we can grow up in that teach us essentially to be loyal to people that don't deserve it. Okay, so what this is an opportunity. Okay, Mercury's going direct. All right, opportunity to look at where your loyalties lie and whether or not that loyalty is deserved. Okay, I feel like a lot of partnerships, individual relationships are going to be like put under the microscope. And I'm talking about like with coworkers, friends, family members, neighbors, right? Where you really have to stop and look and say, why am I so loyal to this? Is it just for the sake of loyalty in and of itself? Is it because it's fun to have or fulfilling to have somebody who appreciates all of my different skills and abilities? Right? Because that can lead us to be loyal to people because we feel needed. We feel useful. We feel talented. But really stop and look at the energy exchange there, okay? Geminis, that's what you're being asked to do at this time. What does the gnome want to say? I feel like he's number 2. Like he comes right after the quintessence. The physical pleasure of the senses, the natural world, and riches. Okay, I hear that, Spirit. Some of the things that you've chosen to be loyal to are actually blocking your blessings. Okay, they're actually blocking your blessings. Because see, this is something about the dog being outside the grass, but this one is in the grass. Like, oh my gosh, look at all this abundance all around me. Okay? These are blessings, flowers that want to be put into your hand. But for some of you guys, you have aligned yourself, not even with necessarily people, sometimes institutions, and sometimes just habits, patterns, beliefs, things like that, okay? Gemini, you got the satire. All right, let's look at this. This is for Cancers, okay? We're moving on. This is for Cancers, all right? Cancers, wow, you little devils. What have you guys been up to? Okay? This is water and earth. I feel like everybody else has had a pretty good balance of the different elements. Why do I feel like he's doing some sort of like raking with his hands? Cancer. This is about recognizing the strength of the darkness within you. That's what the picture says. Let's see what the book wants to talk about. Satyr. Union, passion, pleasure. Combines the passion of water with the delights of the physical. Okay. Yes, deep understanding of the realm of the other world by virtue of the water principle. This also confers deep passion and desire that seeks expression in the physical by virtue of the secondary earth element. Saturn thus represents seduction and sexual pleasure. Yeah, Satyr may mean hedonism, but the earth component brings caution rather than excess. Okay, and now they're showing me that otter energy again. Okay, look, some of you guys are like, no, wait, I'm on this spiritual path. Why would I give in to some of my baser desires? Because it's fun and it's playful, and is it really hurting anybody? Okay, for some of you guys, you could maybe benefit from, I don't know, look into the concept of sacred sexuality. Okay, I'm always saying be careful whose energy you let into that sacral chakra, because look, I'm just gonna go ahead and say this right now, because we have sexiness right here. It's here. It's already, the book brought sex into this conversation, not me. Okay, you can work real hard to get your chakras all in alignment, and then one random night of fun can just knock it all out of whack if it's not with somebody who doesn't have their shit in alignment too. I'm just letting you know. Okay, and continuing that pattern is actually going to increase the attachment to that type of energy. So just protect your energy bodies, okay? All right? All right, this is a kind of like practice spiritual protection as well as all the other types that there is when it comes to passion and pleasure and stuff like that. But also understand that that's a very natural human thing to feel, right? And there's some sort of like mischievous in you surrounding that. And I think that the advice is go ahead and take that energy and find out what you can do with it. Okay? Take that energy and find out what you can do with it, Cancers. All right, let's see if he had anything else to say. Yeah, sharing with others. Okay. Yes. So this is the part of you that's very enigmatic, mysterious, and charming. Okay? Because you're very, very sensitive to the people around you. And I feel like some of you guys are discovering that that's kind of a superpower in a way. Okay? Have fun with that. Play with that. All right? See where it gets you. That's what the cards are saying. All right, let's move on to Leo. Okay? Thank you, Cancer. Sorry, I called you Gemini. I know you guys are way different. All right, I promise. I once saw, what was it? Pisces is just a water Gemini. And I thought there was nothing more true than that. Okay, that's super random. But let's go ahead and go to Leo. Leo. Beautiful Leo. Oh my gosh. This is actually, here we are halfway through, pardon me, the zodiac now, okay? Because we started with Aquarius. You got Firebird. Do you know, fun fact, this is also my high school mascot and my son's high school mascot. Free State Firebirds. Okay, so this is different than Phoenix energy. It's very powerful. Let's see what we've got here. This hasn't come up in too many of my readings, so I'm not that familiar with the entry. But I love this bright yellow energy for you guys, Leo. It's like sun energy. There's a myth about the Firebird and the sun. Let me find out what it is. 74. Humanitarian achieving innovation. Ooh, the firebird of Russian myth helps to defeat evil. It has some similarity with the Native American thunderbird that also defeats evil. The combination of human and avian reflects the marriage of air and fire that is found in this beast. You know what I feel like you're doing, Leos? I feel like you're integrating the ego. And I don't mean suppressing it. And I don't mean denying it, and I don't mean putting it to death. I'm talking about you are beginning to understand that your ego is a strength when you learn to temper the shadows within, right? That if you can control your ego instead of letting your ego control you, that's your superpower. That is your superpower. Okay, there's nothing evil about the ego. It is a tool that is going to help us to achieve what we came to this lifetime to do. Okay, so, and this is something that came up. There's been several messages. Check out like my last 10 videos. And there was one, well, first of all, solar consciousness. Get into that if you're not already on board. Okay, but what is an ego and what to do with it? I feel like you guys are doing that thing. Okay, you're beginning to understand that your ego is just like a normal human function, right? But that you don't always have to listen to it or follow its impulses. Okay, you can actually channel into something very different. Firebird, therefore, refers to reforming, revolutionary zeal, and a drive to overcome justice. There's something that you guys are going for, that you might have gone for in the past. But when you went for it in the past, now you can look back and be like, oh, wow, that was really ego driven. And now you're like, this is driven by just a really strong sense of self and my own power, which is essentially what transmuted and integrated ego looks like. Okay. You're going for something. This is beautiful. And the fact that it's like, the fact that the air element is in here, it's like you're seeing something from a different perspective now. But also it's very liberating. It's very lightening. Okay? It's like this heavy burden that you don't have to carry around anymore. It's going to be easier to achieve whatever it is that you're setting out to achieve at this time, because you've been able to put down whatever was going on with your ego in the past. I love it. All right, I'm going to hit pause real quick and then come back and take care of my Virgos through Capricorns. Do you see the precision on that timestamp? 47 minutes even. And we're getting into the energy for my Virgos. Okay. So thank you so much, Spirit. This is the energy that awaits our Virgos. What's coming through for them? What can they pull out of themselves at this time? Interesting. Let's see what comes out. They're showing me the Undine, which is like, it's almost like, it's like a water nymph. Ah, yeah, Virgo's favorite thing, emotions. We actually have the Chimera and the Gnome. Interesting. All right. These are, I feel like, two different personas. Well, the Chimera is 3 personas, but these are 2 different roles that you're having to play right now, Virgo. And I feel like one is publicly, and then this is who you get to be when you just withdraw into the garden, okay? Whatever your sacred space is. And if you don't have one, it's going to be very, very, very important for you to build one for yourself. Pardon me, like a place in nature that you can go to and just be, okay? Because what's happening is when you're out in the world and you're dealing with people, you have like all these different personalities that you have to take on, okay? Virgo, that's typically like a Gemini trait, right? But it's really mercurial, all right? Gemini is Mercury unbound, and Virgo is Mercury bound. okay? Which means you take the shape of these different environments or groups that you have to insert yourself into, because that's the best way for you to function. That's just a more efficient way for you to get things done within each of those spheres, right? But it's exhausting, isn't it? It's exhausting. There are times when you have to be a dragon, times you have to be a lion, times you have to be a ram. And you're like, you know what? I just want to go back to my garden and be a gnome. Okay? If you don't have a symbol of a gnome around your house, let it sort of signify your connection to your own sacred space. That could be in your home, it could be in a garden, it could be in a park somewhere, right? But for some reason, I feel like having an actual gnome around you, like a symbol of one, might just be a good reminder to you of that there's this part of you that needs to just withdraw and retreat sometimes and just be a happy little gnome, right? Not have to wear all these different masks, because you're capable, you're very capable, you're very good at this. This is how you get things done. Some tasks require lion energy. Some tasks require dragon energy. Some tasks require ram energy. But you're not identifying with either one of those. You're identifying yourself as a gnome. And that's okay. All right? But understand that this is necessary in order to sustain this. All right? So for some of you guys, because that was crazy, I just saw a knife come in and chop one of the heads off. For some of you guys, this is so much of an energy drain that you need to look at all these different arenas, theaters, okay, of life that you have to, like, there might be your relationship personality, your work personality, your friend group personality, and like which one of those takes the most energy to maintain. And how can you begin to just allow yourself to be a gnome? Okay? Yeah. Because you're so good at you. I mean, like, I gotta tell you, Virgos are really good at manifesting. If they allow themselves to maintain that inner balance. Okay? All right? Virgos, there's my story. I'm sticking to it. All right. Let's move on to Libra. Ooh, Libra, you popped right out of there. Ooh, Libra. Libra, you're seeing things from a higher perspective. Like your eyesight is sharp right now. If you think you're seeing something that other people aren't seeing, trust yourself. Trust yourself, especially if you're giving yourself some distance in order to view the thing. You know what I mean. You know, if it's resonating, it's resonating, okay? You've given yourself some distance to view a situation, and it's not the same as it looked close up. And now you get to decide what to do with that. Vision, expansion, objectivity. And that's just it. Because like Libras are so, like, their natural state is to relate to one another, right? And sometimes you find yourself in this situation where you're just kind of going with the flow, and then you stop and you take a step back and you look around and you're like, this is not a flow I want to be going with. You're able to look at things objectively when you give yourself that distance. All right. Because like I said, it's just such a natural thing to be relating, to be, participating in an energy exchange with like all sorts of different people. And you really, 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 there's an opportunity for you to be able to take a step back and see something from a higher perspective, see it more objectively. Okay. Remove the emotional attachments and analyze it for, is this something that's really in alignment with me at this time? Okay, because you're trying to fly high, be closer to the divine. You've been doing this is a lot of spiritual growth. And then taking a look around and understanding that not everybody around you is growing in the same way. Okay, and so like I said, having to figure out what to do about that. All right, objectivity is a Libra strength. you're going to do just fine with this, okay? All right? It might be hard, but you know what you know. And once you know it, you can't really unknow it, all right? So this is really taking a look at how can you maintain balance, because look at where this eagle is at. This eagle is in balance, all right? I feel like if there's too many people on this tree, too many birds on this tree, that's going to bring the eagle out of balance. So you're really, really learning how to streamline your relationships so that you are investing in the ones that are most in alignment with this higher perspective that you have of yourself now. Okay? I really like that energy. All right, that's Libra. Let's talk to my Scorpios out there. I also really feel like they're showing me this card from another deck that has the eagle, and like it's from the Angels and Ancestors deck. This is for Libras, by the way. That has like, it's called like Sky Father. So for some of you guys, there might actually, get into some eagle symbolism and see what resonates with you. See if there's not some sort of masculine, like God type figure, sky type entity that is there to guide you through this process at this time. All right, Scorpio. Scorpio is getting the gnome again. I think a lot of people just need to be reminded to ground themselves, okay? To give themselves time to rest. Ooh, crane. There's the water element. There's the water element. Okay, grounding is very, 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 very important, especially if you've been spending a lot of time in thought, in emotions, to go ahead and take whatever new revelations you have and get yourself grounded. Not only because that's going to change your experience, it's going to make you feel more in your body and in the world, but also it's going to bring those new insights into your body and into the world. Okay, crane. And it's interesting that it's just the page number is 113, and the 13 is really standing out to me as a card of transformation. And the death card in the tarot is associated with Scorpio. This is about longevity, ancient lore, and vigilance. This is it. Okay, this is it. You guys have figured something out. You found some sort of arcane knowledge, like a secret, like a key that unlocks something really, really, really deep within. You have found a medicine bundle. You have found an amazing tool for healing, for your own healing. Okay. And some of you guys are thinking about, well, is this something I can use to help others in the future? Yeah, but use it on yourself first, because look, the medicine bundle, let me go ahead and explain this. All right. In both Native American and Celtic mythology, there's this concept of a medicine bundle that is made of a bag of the crane's skin in which magical objects are kept. You guys, I don't know what this is. It's deep. It's arcane knowledge, and it has to do with your emotional state. You're learning how to control and channel your emotions in order to bring about whatever abundance or manifestation you guys are going after. This is more of a go with the flow state, okay? You're understanding that achieving your goals is less about going out and conquering them and more about conquering what is within and allowing those things to come to you. It has something to do with your emotional state, which is very, very deep and very, very powerful, okay? So like each water sign is kind of like a different body of water, a different type of water, right? And Scorpio is very, very deep and very, very dark. They're showing me like one of those fish that lives at like way, way, way down in the ocean where there's not even any light. and then like it being the light. Wow. You guys have really gone into the depths. You guys have done some serious shadow work. I feel like Scorpios and Pisces are probably the most adept at taking their shadows and turning them into power, turning them into healing. Okay? You guys have found something deep, deep, deep within. And keep cultivating. Keep working on it. Keep cultivating it, okay? If you haven't found it, then this is a time where you can really get into that water and begin to understand what that is. It's something that has to do with your emotions, with your feelings, okay? And it's almost as if, see the ripples of the water? It's like you're beginning to understand that emotions rule your vibration. And how to be able to use that to your advantage. Beautiful, 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 Scorpios. Wow. All right, we got 2 signs left. Up next, my very own rising sign, Capricorn. And then actually at the location that I'm at right now, that shift in my rising sign, actually, let me restate because I said the wrong thing. My natal rising sign is Sag. And then in the place that I'm at right now, it has shifted to Capricorn. This is for Sagittarius. Whoa, why is this so powerful? Why did I feel that? This is vision. This is the ability to see in the darkness, Sagittarius. Okay, Sagittarius. I feel like some of you guys have newly acquired the ability to see the energy that underlies certain people and situations you didn't see before and that other people don't see. And I feel like you're observing to figure out what to do next. Okay? Like, not even just like, oh no, how do I manage this situation? But like, how can I turn this to my advantage? How can I use this as an opportunity? There's a lot of wisdom, but I feel like you're keeping it quiet right now. I feel like you've seen some things and you're just observing, trying to figure out what you can do. Ask your guides to show you signs for confirmations that you need, because these aren't ones that you're going to get from other people. Okay? Yep. Owl is also associated with the Greek goddess Athena. Where is it at? Oh, wait. Can you see the owl? There it is. There's also 2 right here. And it's actually to keep this is a pool right here. The bats that live here like to, I guess, like dip down and like drink the water. So it's kind of cool. But they represent Athena. Also represents, did I not say this, the silence of the wise. Those who watch and listen but who keep their own counsel. Owl is also gifted with the ability to see the invisible and is associated with exceptional powers of insight. Owl has great powers of perception and cannot be deceived. Owl is an astral traveler and powerful guide to the other world. Okay? Wow. So, okay, also representing solitude and those pursuits that will encourage the development of psychic abilities such as meditation. So that's what some of you guys are up to right now. You're like, whoa, I can see things differently. And so before I act on that, I'm just going to kind of sit back and observe and figure out what that really, really means. But there's something different about like, what is the connection? Because look, it's sitting on a tree, like the eagle was sitting on the tree, but because the eagle can see what's in the daylight and the owl can see what is in the moonlight. And there's some sort of abundance. These leaves are representing the fact that, again, you're watching and observing to understand how you can take action to your own advantage. How can you make this into an opportunity? Okay? And it's not a bad thing. Okay? But you can be consulting with guides, I believe, about this over the next, I'm going to say 6 weeks or so. feels right, okay? That's kind of exciting. Ooh, I do want to take that, don't I? All right, Capricorn, you get the heart. This feels like you right now, Capricorn. This is the heart. Now, you know there's so many, like, this creature showing up in mythology, but also like fairy tales, right? Is there a white heart in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? But it also reminds me of the Patronus that shows up in Harry Potter when they're all like in the woods and like, what are we going to do? The heart, 138. This is a lot of purification. I feel like, no. Sorry, guys. You guys. That was unwise. All right, so the bag basically was blowing away. And I forgot about this. Sorry. I'm going to put my cup on there. Okay. The heart. Let's get back to the heart. The heart comes after the hair. But this white is referring to purification. Okay? And I feel like it is a purification of, because the key word for heart is compassion. And to me, the opposite of compassion is judgment. You guys have been through something that helped you remove a layer of judgment from your vision. Okay? You're seeing things from a more compassionate lens. I also feel like you're less likely to be fucked with right now. Okay? So that means like distancing yourself from something, not with judgment, but with compassion. All right? Making a boundary, because there's something about this that says boundary. All right? This is about sophistication and compassion. The heart is graceful, elegant, and sophisticated. Sophisticated is just a word that I associate with Capricorn anyways. The love of spirit, forbearing, and tolerant of others. She has a healing power that derives from the one source. Associated with the other world in a very direct way, she is the subtle messenger from the unseen realm who calls you to follow and connect. She's a symbol of love. Okay? Indicates the beginning of a wonderful adventure. Take notes of your dream. Be introspective. Listen to your intuition. Be open to the unusual. Okay? Like I said before, I think the main message here is that there's been some sort of purification of the HEART. Okay? That allows you to see the world and your path with a lot less judgment. And the attitude that I get from this heart is like, I don't judge it, but I'm not going to mess with it. Does that make sense? You know what I mean. Certain things that are just, you have vibrated out of that frequency. You used to put up with it and you're not going to anymore. And now you're not even like fighting against it or trying to change it. You're just accepting it as what it is. And you have compassion, a lot of compassion. Compassion leads to forgiveness of others, forgiveness of self, and that lets you leave a lot of baggage behind. Just let it go. Just release. Okay? And move forward on a brand new journey with this brand new heart, this brand new vision, this sense of who you are. Okay? And it's really, really very beautiful because your acceptance of others feels to them like love. Something about your energy and the way that you, like if I encountered this heart in the woods and it even let me anywhere near it, I'd be like, oh my God, it loves me. Even though it's just tolerating me, accepting my presence, right? There's something about that, about you saying it is what it is. It's like, it is a strength that you can teach to others. All right? I really like that. So, you guys, thank you so much for being here with me in this beautiful garden on this beautiful day. Really kind of helped me turn everything around today. And so, thank you very, very much. I'm starting to post over on TikTok soon. And in fact, some days I don't know if I have energy for a full sit down with you guys, and I might pop up over there instead. I also am trying to focus a lot more of my energy into writing. So, I am writing some pieces that will end up as videos here on this channel. But if you guys are interested in getting a sneak peek at any of that, make sure you check out my blog over at soulschoolspiritual.com. And as usual, I am open for bookings. There's also a spot down in the description box if you guys feel like dropping a donation. But you know what? A like, a comment, a subscribe, maybe a share. It's definitely going to help to support the channel as well. So, thank you guys for being here, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.